Hey guys, how you guys been doing? It's your boys in here and welcome back to our newest Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby Wi-Fi Bell. Now, today ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a match against a friend from Twitter. This guy is named The Rizzle. He's an excellent player, but before we dive into this battle, I want to kind of talk about the team preview a little bit. So, let's dive right into it, shall we? Speaking of dive, he's got a Drizzle team. Rain Dance, of course, situational, extremely potent. He's got lots of Pokemon that will benefit from such weather, and I'll have to watch out. Now, by some point, I'll have to definitely handle that Kingdra. Ludicolo, Beartic could be handled somehow. Politoed, definitely hard to handle, but looking at my team is not that bad of a team to go against such threats. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, Klefki could become a problem to a certain extent if he's got screens going, but for that to be shown, we'll just have to wait and see. So yes, let's go right into it, shall we? I'm gonna lead with Staraptor, expecting him to lead with Polito to get that early rain up there. Honestly speaking, it's the most common move to do, and he of course did such a move. Now I'm actually expecting him either expect me to be Scarf and outspeed him, because if Scarf, he doesn't have the HP to take my move. Now he's bulky, he does not have the speed, and if I'm Choice Bandit, well, stuff are just going to be ruined for him. So I decide, you know, he's probably going to switch out. I'm just going to go for the Brave Bird. Either way, this is, of course, Choice Bandit. Reckless Staraptor. The potent damage of this bird is insane. If I would have been running Adamant Nature, which I actually believe I do. So this Clef is still taking it quite well. I'm actually expecting possibility of T-Wave is there. I can actually tell you guys this battle is going normal speed, if you guys can tell already, but you guys are probably very much familiar with the speed that this battle takes place. But yes, the reason I'm doing this is because I feel like sometimes the battles just go way too fast. So I decided to switch out to Raikou. Seeing the play rough damage, that's probably offensive to a certain extent. That did way too much. But then again, my Raikou is not HP invested. Well, either way, I do put up the Reflect, expect the Swampert switch, expect the T-Bolt towards switch, hidden power of some sort, you know, you never know. At the same time, the switch to Raikou was kind of expecting the T-Wave as a possibility there. So he did switch out to Swampert. After that, go for the Mega Evolution. Kingdra does take this Waterfall incredibly well. Well, I do need to note, you know, 4-time resistance is definitely there, but with the Reflect, that barely scratches it. So Kingdra is good to go right now. I go for the Dragon Dance. I know I can take Earthquake, maybe even 2 to a certain extent. Then again, it could be heavily mistaken, but that Waterfall did basically barely anything. So it's pretty great right now as stuff for standing. He goes for the T-Wave. He does switch out to Klefki. He doesn't want to risk too much, maybe expect like a Draco Meteor or something, but at this point, you know, it's better for me to go for the Waterfall, which I do decide to go for. I was kind of speaking on the switch we have there, but still, I do not get paralyzed. I do manage to take him out, and that is excellent because his basic priority T-Waver is gone, and now Staraptor can outspeed maybe a threat or two, but then again, I doubt because Rain is going to be in here as long as Politoed is around, and most people don't sack Politoed early when they are like the most, the biggest essence to such teams, because everything like basically benefits from the likes of Rain and whatnot. So Flygon comes in, he goes for the Draco Meteors, he will absolutely destroy my life, ladies and gentlemen. That is insane. Insane indeed. Take me out without a doubt. I had to switch out to Flygon because looking at this team, Flygon cannot do me any good at all. So switch out to Metagross. I'm Assault Vested. I know I can take anything from the likes of this. Rain is gone. That's also very important to note, as I do go for the Zen Head, but he actually managed to go for the sub there. But I believe that the first time he made a sub is because he may have expected the Stealth Rocks from the likes of this. Then again, I'm Assault Vest, so means that I cannot run such moves on my arsenal. So I'll go for the Zen Headbutt, and afterwards go, you know, with the added damage of Bullet Punch. Super effective damage will take down his Beartic. I mean, looking at it, I mean, Beartic is pure ice, and while he does gain that Swift Swim ability, he's mostly going to be struggling with ice moves. And looking at my team, I guess it could definitely be very useful, but at the same time, it's like the most expended. It's like the Pokemon that he can definitely sack in order to come in with something better. So I expect him to go for the Rain Dance because he didn't switch out to Politoed. I thought, you know, he's probably gonna do such a move, and he does. It's actually very important because that manages to make me take some damage in there as well as survive his Earthquake because I'm max invested in HP. That is incredible. Gonna go for the Bullet Punch right now, ladies and gentlemen. Just see how much he does. And I barely miss. I barely missed. That is unfortunate, but it's incredible to see Metagross going against Mega Swampert one-on-one with the super effective damage and just barely, you know, missing the KO there. That is insane. It really shows Metagross is something else. Ever since 3rd generation, I look at Metagross and I was always comparing it with those Hoopers just because of its typing and general statistics. They were something else. Still, of course, he definitely isn't Uber material, but he is definitely up there. So basically, I'm gonna go for rest. Luckily enough, I do manage to take this Earthquake even without the reflex support, which was pretty much in my plan to get rid of this paralyzation for I'm at 4th generation Kingdra set that I used to be, and I thought, you know, Kingdra does have the typing which makes it offensively speaking quite incredible. Now with fairies involved, ever since, you know, the new generation came and arrived, I feel it's not as potent as it used to be, but Water and Dragon is actually still very threatening, only being immune by the likes of Shedinia and Empoleon, maybe a couple of other Pokemon that have been introduced to us, but still very, very incredible, like Ferrothorn and so forth. Still, yeah. Anyways, I switch out to Raikou after Politoed comes in. Of course, the Swampert days have been numbered there. He does go for the Inkcore, expect me to go for the Dragon Dance, maybe Outrage, who knows, but then again, Klefki has been taken out of the picture, so as long as Rain is up, I would probably be outspeeding most of the things he's got, so that's pretty great. I did go for the Light Screen because looking at his team, Light Screen is gonna benefit me the most. And I do switch out to Kingdra because I expect him to attack me now. Maybe he's gonna do so, and he does switch out at the same time to his own Kingdra. Now here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. He could be Swift Swim, but he's probably running Modest. And here's where the nature basically differs. Mine is Jolly. And the reason I'm running Jolly is because, well, basically I'm not really, you know, support myself with Rain, but if I face Rain and I face Kingdra, there's a high possibility of them running plus, plus special attack nature or plus attack nature, because with +2 they're gonna be outspeed most of the things outside of this Kingdra. So it's all about that speed at some point, and with Dragon Dance, you know, we kind of even make up for that and even go up there with fastest Pokemon around. So with one Dragon Dance under Rain, this thing is basically outspeeding every single Pokemon in the game, even outputting like Deoxys speed, if not even with Scarf, which is insane. But now that probably wouldn't be the case. Then again, I don't know. Yeah, it's actually very, very fast. So yes, but that's with Dragon Dance at least. I go for Outrage to manage to two-shot him easily as that. That is actually very impressive considering I'm Jolly nature. Ludicolo comes in as his last resort. Ludicolo is definitely a threat. Ludicolo was always a threat. I don't know what's up with that typing. I mean, grass and water. I mean, Kingdra is definitely the biggest threat in Rain, but Ludicolo is potentially in lower tiers. This thing can be such incredible force that you just gotta really play around it. And with that Ice Beam, you know, Giga Drain and all those sorts of things he's got going, that's the coverage he's got going there, it's actually very, very impressive. So I do switch out to Raikou because, you know, basically I can take Raikou does possess the bulk. I switch out to Kingdra. Rain is gonna stop, which means that I can definitely outspeed this Ludicolo now, because again, as I mentioned before, I'm indeed Jolly nature. I'm just gonna go for Outrage because I believe with Volt Switch damage there, it should be in a killable range, and it is. For this was not, you know, a Rain Dish set, but more of a Swift Swim set, so he didn't have that HP investment. And that was the game. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Good game to my opponent, the Rizzo here. You play a mighty fine game. I really enjoyed this match because of how different it was. You know, you don't really face Drizzle. I mean, this was like basically it meant to be like a mixed tier, but looking at it, I mean, we got like Staraptor. I mean, it's more like OU material at some point, but he's got really that synergy, that support going, and all his Pokemon can definitely benefit from Rain. Even, you know, like Klefki, weakness to fire and so forth. So definitely a threatening team, but my team actually managed to pull it through. So pretty glad on that one. This team that I made, you know, it's been giving me some good scores, while my previous team that I was using in my previous 3 battles were questionable. I mean, it's not like, you know, I played, you know, I just kind of get back, but I definitely want to give my opponents a fair, you know, a really good challenging battle, and I feel that this was definitely one of those battles. So ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you very much for watching, and be sure to give a like if you did enjoy. You know, I just doing the normal narration. I feel like right now it's it's just the best way. I don't want to speed my battles too much. So again, yeah, take care, guys. I'm the worst with endings, so I'm just gonna end it with this. Peace out.